What's up, Kingdom? It's your Lord and Savior, King D353. Every episode, let's play Pokemon Academy Life Forever. In the last episode, we finally got back to our school life. We also became a sex object for Gardenia. I mean, what? In today's episode, we continue trying to fix our bonds with everybody and trying to get life back to the way it used to be, really. Yeah, I had a feeling I missed a thing. Wait, go back. Blue is the first thing we just read. Okay, here we go. Don't know why you're asking me. I'm not her damn keeper. Look, we're both her classmate, Blue. The idea of a Pokemon being a Pokemon trainer, it's ridiculous. Yeah, sure, it's a gross abomination against morality or whatever. I'm just asking if you've seen her. And I already told you no. What do you think? I captured her or something? Wouldn't you try to if you had the chance? You said you would. Oh my god. When I said that, I was joking. Why do people always take your jokes to the best possible light? But the moment I try to be funny, I've crossed the line. Maybe because my jokes don't put people down. They just put myself up. No, some of your jokes do put people down. Shut the fuck up. Well, I've got an idea where you can put your... Hey, guys! Hey, Dwayne. How you doing? Alright. Sounds like you two were talking about Tia? Yeah, looks like your pet friend fled the coop. Not surprised after she had to carry your fat ass the whole day. It was 16 hours, and once again, I have no body image issues. You're beating against the wall here. Who said I was talking about you? Smell ya. did, did he just say I got a fat ass? Turn around. I can confirm for you. I mean, you definitely got massive titties. I feel like most of the women in this game have massive fucking tits. I wouldn't take it personally. It's kind of how he says hello. That punk. Can't believe I was starting to think he wasn't completely awful. Yeah, that's how he gets ya. Also, he's not completely awful. He's moderately awful. Whatever. Hey, if you see Tia, let me know, okay? I haven't been able to track her down since Wednesday. I'm a little bit worried someone might have seen her when we were flying and... What, you think someone might have captured her? No, I'm not sure. I'm sure that's not it. She's crazy powerful, you know? I mean, I think. I've never seen her battle, but it seemed like she really wanted to be at Pokemon. And just blowing off the quarter clashes like this is weird. Well, just keep an eye out. Of course. Got any plans for today? Are you inviting me somewhere? Well, we've got a date to go on, don't we? Wait, that's still on? If you want it to be? Oh, I just thought because of, everything. I'm really glad to hear you still want to do that, though. Of course. I'm guessing you got our plans for today, though? A little bit, yeah. Sorry about that. It's cool. You're worth the wait. What? Hey, what do you think you're doing, busting out lines like that? Turning on the charm, my lady. Did it work? Yeah, it totally did. Right up until you called me my lady. And now I don't think I'm physically capable of ever finding you attractive again. Damn. Oh well, maybe my identical twin will take pity on you. An identical twin, huh? Say, could you and your twin... La 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 la. I'm not letting you finish that. La 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 la. Alright, I don't think there's much I can do in town. I mean, I could grind levels, but eh. So I'll focus today on leveling up bonds and getting people out of the negatives. Looks like I don't have any level ups to take care of. So let's fix some negatives. I'll have to keep in mind that every time I bond with somebody, they get free points. So I could get Serena close to level 2. I can get Nate close to level 2. Did I ever get Nate's number? You know what? No. No. First things first, I want to get some of these horrible bonds done. Oh, I can chat with Cherim now. I could also level up Nessa and Bay and Sonia. Nope, I already said what I was gonna do. I'm gonna focus on fixing the depressed people. I need the depression gone, so... Who is depressed so I can get them to neutral? You are discontented, but you aren't gonna lose points, so I can live with that. Is it even possible to fix Erica? Erica, Cherim, Misty. Erica, Cherim, Misty, Sabrina. Erica, Cherim, Misty, Sabrina. Silver. Erica, Misty, Cherim, Sabrina, Silver. Erica, Misty, Cherim, Sabrina, and Hilbert. Okay. I see Silver, I see Hilbert. And I see Misty. So we'll do those. Silver, Hilbert, and Misty. Oh wait, before I do that... No, Erica's here too. Can I even hang out with her? Should I try hanging out with Erica? Oh, thank God! I can save her. Okay, we got the Ralts one. Alright, so did it work? Did that actually get rid of some of Erica's depression? It did. Alright, that should fix Erica now. Anyone close to their next level? Nessa's getting near her next. So we'll up her. Wait, how happy is Nessa? She'll get plus free bond next day. I don't need to do her. You'll get plus free bond the next day, and if I click you, You know what? Let's focus on someone who's not getting a plus. You get plus free, you get plus free. You get plus 5, plus free, plus free, plus 2, plus free, plus 2, plus 1. Let's go with blue to get that passive increase. Silent at first, and then... I'm in the other goddamn room, you idiot! Just yell! You spent some time yelling at Blue before drifting off to sleep. Janine. Dean, thank you for meeting with me. It's certainly alright. I was out here anyway for a different task. That being said, I do have an office. I don't always need to meet people outside in the gardens late at night. That does happen an oddly high amount of times. It's prettier out here, though. Quite so. The stars shine again. I feel that perhaps there is a chance they may shine even brighter than before. You don't appear overly enthusiastic. I failed the battle team, Dean. I let one of our members lose in the first round. My dear, only you give a damn about that. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm not fit to keep leading the battle team. But at the same time, I absolutely can't quit. Not with the way the team is right now. Forgive me. I'm not aware of the specifics of the situation. How did you fail the battle team? Because our team was smaller this year, I didn't think we'd have to bother sending parts of us to different areas of Kokobon. Because of this, one of my battle team members was matched up against another. One of them lost, and she became the first battle team member to ever lose in the first round of quarter clashes. This was match free of round 1, yes? Yes. Well, then that's not so bad. At least it wasn't matches 1 or 2. Janine, you made a mistake. I am aware that such a thing for you is unheard of, but it is a very human trait. It is our humanity that makes life worth living. I think no less of you for a single mishap, especially considering you've been doing this for 3 years. You seem unconvinced, Janine. It's just... No, it's nothing. Come now. I'm not so old that I can fail to see the sadness you wear. Is there something I can do? I don't think so. I mean, there is one thing, but... Oh? Something to pull the captain of our esteemed battle team out of her dumps. Please, go ahead. I shouldn't. I mean, it's a hassle and it might cost some money too. Janine, please, are you playing him? Well, if you you're playing him, aren't you? I got a tip that the next quarter clashes are going to be in squad battles. An incredible 0.5% of squad battle losses are a result of friendly fire. We need uniforms. Here's an online listing you can... Yep, she planned this shit. Here's an online listing. You can sign the check here to get them here by Friday. I'll race up the order. And I'm going to need the highest quality thread crowns, the extra breathable inserts, and the warranty on the entire batch of them, because if one of my batches loses their uniform, we need an immediate replacement. Shared uniforms are the best way to build a cohesive aesthetic among the team, prevent unnecessarily friendly fire incidents, and build team morale. This will work. Sound good? I promise, this is the only thing that could ever make me happy again. I'm so used to your directness. Suppose I'd forgotten your bloodline's productivity towards trickery. You gotta mix things up. There's no one strategy that works every time. I'm supposed to like this bitch? Yes, well, suppose I did agree to this. Very well. You will have your costumes. Uniforms. Thanks, Dean. Well, I believe I just got rather... What was the word? Pwned? Oh, hey, Iris, you have a new outfit. Wait, why are you in a... Is it not the summer? It's the summer, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking May. Why are you in cold weather clothes? No one says that anymore, Daddy. Oh, my bad. Seems my vocabulary is no longer lit. In any case, did you make any progress on finding those 2 missing students? Oh, that's what I want to talk to you about. I'm still looking for them, but my hacksaurus definitely picked up on a scent. I would bet a ton of donuts there's a strong dragon in there, too. Oh, right! The other student's most likely Latios. So if Latios disappeared, her brother would have too. Strong dragon, you say? That's concerning. Hope they're not in any danger. Do you think I should go out again? I'm real tough. If they're any danger, then shouldn't we rescue them right away? Perhaps we should, but... Iris, there is something I must confess. Huh? You aren't the first person I sent out to look for missing students. I had hoped that Instructor Will might be able to find his students, given his close connections to one of them, but... He probably means Tia. I first thought, oh, is he talking about Cynthia? I mean, not Cynthia, Sabrina, but no. Most likely it's still Latios and Latias. I can't imagine it would be Sabrina and Latias. He has not returned for several days now. It may be time to call in a professional for this task. I fear what declaring the forest safe permanently might have caused. Needless to say, we'll need to repeal that declaration. Will those people all be alright? While the stars still shine. While the stars still shine. Okay, a lot of people are no longer joyful, but you know what? That's better than being negative. What? Oh, that's my alarm clock. 18 minutes. No, that's way too short. I can't accept that. We're doing another day right now. Wait. Right, that's right. This is the new normal now. Hey, ready, bud? Great, let's go get some coffee first, okay? Don't mind. We can do with some more. Anyway, since you're scared your other dorm mates off... Yeah, but no way they'd ever go for it. Blue, you're the one who suggested it. Huh? Yeah, I know that, I'm just... What do you want? Cup of Joe, you got any to share? Tss, you know where the coffee maker is. As you pour yourself a cup of coffee, offering some to Yellow, you notice Blue is staring at you, in a way that's different from how he normally does anyway. Sip. I'll be here all week. You can spread your starting out a bit. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. What is your Pikachu? I don't know. He's just Pikatwig, my buddy. Can I touch him? Huh? Are you okay with that, Pikachu? Pikachu's like, Nani? Pikachu seems confused, but nods after a moment. Go ahead. Okay, I'm really curious. Which one would give him the highest bond? I'm still gonna go back to the Pikachu one, but he likes you less if you don't ask Pikachu's permission. And of course he's angry. Okay, so I made the right choice. All because I cared about how Pikachu felt. Interesting. Blue rubs his hands carefully around Pikachu's cheeks and neck before feeling his tail. Pikachu seems bewildered by the physical attention. What's this about? Just in a huggy mood? No. I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. If you figure it out, let me know. I have no idea. Yellow? Yes? Do you know how Pikachu's new form works? I know a lot about Pikachu, but I've never seen or heard anything about Pikachu like this. I don't even know if it's changed form mid-battle like that. How it changed form mid-battle like that. You know a lot about Pikachu? Obviously. You were the trainer I fought the most often in Pallet Town. I learned everything I could about your Pokemon. I'm sorry, I don't, but maybe there's another way we can find out? Yeah? We could ask Dwayne? Well, yeah, obviously I was gonna try that eventually. Sure he was. I mean, I feel like he asked about it earlier, and we just didn't notice it. Alright, Blue, here's how it works. You explain everything Sam and Sonia told you about Pikachu's newfound abilities. Blue listens intently, though he doesn't seem happy. And that's pretty much what happens. So I've got to be on the lookout for any more kidney stones he hucks up. I think they have something to do with the people I've been hanging out with recently, weirdly enough. Is there one for me? Huh? Those gems. Is there one that you think Pikachu threw up because I was around? No, I don't think so. I bet mine are the most powerful of everyone's. I don't know, let's find out. Let's see. It's like 4 per person, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is it 5 per... I'm pretty sure it's 4. Okay, Sonia has 5. Yeah, it's 5 per person. 1 sec, Blue. I'll find out what yours is. Okay, maybe it's not 5 per person. What? Where does gold start? Oh, there's an extra trainer here. Alright, the extra trainer is the one messing up the count. Ethan, Wally, mystery trainer I've yet to meet. Bay. Still Bay. Blue. 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 Alright, Blue, you get me Eevee, Bagon, and Charmander. So, yeah, they're pretty decent. I wouldn't call them the strongest, but they're decent. Of course you do. I want to battle. Your new Pikachu against my team. Wait, just Pikachu against your whole team? Yeah, chicken. I mean, the odds are very much against me there, aren't they? I was talking with Leaf. Every time I battled you this year, the odds are against me. You had some kind of advantage. Now, once again, you have an advantage. This freaking Chimera Chew that Gramps made. This'll be like that battle when I brought out my Pidgeotto. Except this time, I'll have the greater numbers and you'll have the single overpowered Pokemon. Right, and what will this battle be for? To finally prove ultimately, truly, and definitely beyond a shadow of a doubt who the better trainer is? Nah, no way. We can't do it like this. Are you crazy? What? Well, if you battle like that, your teams are totally unbalanced, right? I think the only way you can have a fair fight is if you both used your full teams, and one of those team members was a special Pokemon like Pikachu. Ah. I'll keep an eye out for any other special Pikachu you can have next time. You can have the next one. Please, I don't need some new special Pokemon to beat you. My entire team's special because they're mine. And that means they're a match for any species Pokemon. No matter what, that dead politician or general would have owned it. Okay, let's swap you to the front for when this battle starts. So you can legacy. Well, I want a battle. She's gonna turn me down now? Come on, we can do it after school in the battle hall. Battle with Pikachu, battle with full team, or refuse. I mean, I'm fine battling Blue. I don't know if I want to do Pikachu alone, though. How about with my full team? He doesn't like that. Fine. Fine. Will you at least use Pikachu in the battle? No promises. I don't need your promises. I'll defeat every single one of your other Pokemon, so you have to use them. It might be hard to tell, but Blue's trying very hard. No, I can tell. That'd mean more if it was coming from him. Well, we're not there just yet. Just give it some more time. I really need to ask what this is about at some point. Morning. Hey man, how's the coffee? I'm pretty sure it's burning a hole in my tongue. Leaf told me on Friday she... You know what, now I think about it, I do regret not choosing the Pikachu only option. Not because of the point loss. I don't mind the point loss. This is supposed to be a mostly blind run anyway. No, I feel bad because I just realized Blue's right. We did always have the advantage, so choosing one match where we're handicapped isn't really that unfair. Fuck it, call me a cheater if you want. I'm doing this because I feel bad for Blue. It is genuinely unfair to him. Yeah, sure, we'll battle. I am literally doing that to be fair to Blue, not for the points, but if you don't believe me, I completely understand. This'll be a stomp. I don't even need to pull any tricks this time. You just let me win. Thank you. That means a lot to him. It's not a problem. Will you come watch? Oh, well, sure. Yeah, I'll do that. Cool. See you then. Morning. Hey man, how's the coffee? I'm pretty sure it's burning a hole in my tongue. Leaf told me on Friday she hated me when I said I preferred running in the morning to drinking coffee, so I thought I'd try it. Maybe this stuff is just much stronger than what I'm used to, but I think I'll take the hate. I probably should have grabbed some. Yeah? I mean, to talk to you this morning, I set my alarm and everything. When it went off, I just turned it off and went back to bed. Oof, been there. Want to talk during lunch? Nah, let's just punt it to tomorrow. You know, just because something goes wrong in the morning doesn't mean the whole day's a wash. There wasn't really any hurry for this tomorrow morning, man. Sorry, there wasn't any hurry for this. Tomorrow morning, man. Promise. Alright, I'll talk to you then. See ya. Alright, time to go to class then. Where's Leaf? Aw, man, I'm nervous. I know I shouldn't be. I gave a big speech for a bunch of people. That was way more terrifying than just going back to classes. I honestly forgot today was Sunday, so... that might be a tad annoying. Huh? Oh, that's right. You're gonna come with me, buddy, aren't you? Tell you what, anytime I feel scared or like I can't talk, I'll put my hand on your Pokeball, right? Then you let me know you're there by rocking the ball. Sound good? Love you too, buddy. Lad, how are you? Trucking along, though I'd get here before anyone else and take my seat. Maybe if I stay really, really still, people won't notice I'm here. Lad, there's no future to be gained by hiding away from people. I did that, and look at me. Oh, a world-famous filthy riff genius who pretty much everyone loves and respects? Well, yes, I suppose that's the one way to look at it. But you know just as well as I do my failings. Still guilty of what you said on Friday? Yes, very much so. But I suspect I know a way I might make it up to you. Oh yeah? It's not sending me away to a different school, is it? No, not this time. Perhaps if you have time to drop by the research laboratory today, I can show you. Alright. Oh, speaking of which, have you made much progress on figuring out how Foreveralls work? I understand a little bit. That's good. I must confess, I haven't quite grasped it yet myself. Perhaps their effects are more apparent when used in battle than when played in a laboratory. I believe Miss Magnolia is currently running tests on the laboratory right now. If we're lucky, perhaps we'll walk into a breakthrough. I'll cross my fingers. Lad. Yes, Sam? You know I care about you, yes? You know I think of you as my own grandson, and always try to do best by you, yes? I think Blue should hear that. Eh? Blue, you know, your real grandson? Thank you for everything you do and everything you've done for me, but Blue feels like you only ever pay attention to me. Oh. I'll talk to him then. Has this been going on for a long time? His entire fucking life. Sam, why don't you try and guess that, and I'll give an answer. Yes, very funny. If you don't like it, don't give it out. Also, you really need to figure this out yourself, man. Well, as I said, I'll talk to him. Now take a seat, Mr. King. Class is about to begin. As people file into class, you hear more than a few whispered comments directed at you. Can't believe he's still here. Freak. Tricked everyone. Should be a law. Well, if anyone's proof I need that phrenergy, it's absolute. I guess this is it. Isn't absolute. Well, come back to class, everyone. Feels like it's been a long time, given the hullabaloo over the quarter classes. That feels very directed. I hope you're all ready to listen sharp. Once more, though, we have a lot of material to cover. Psst. Hey! Listen! Hay's for horses, but go ahead. I can't believe I forgot to ask you when we hung out over the weekend. I just got so distracted with my own stuff. What's up with your Pikachu? How'd you do that to Dawn? Still figuring it out myself, to be honest. I don't believe it. Not only do you have the crazy people powers, you got a Pikachu can defeat Dawn? I've seen her in her fairy classes. She's really strong. Ixnay on the crazy people powers, please? It's just phrenergy, and it's a very passive, not harmful power. Yeah, I know that. Tia told me. What? Have you seen her recently? What? No, have you? Wait, neither of you have seen her? We thought she was with you, Dwayne. Sorry, have you checked the roofs? So you've also seen her climb to the roof before? Once, yeah. We haven't checked the roofs yet. Maybe we should do that after class? Good luck. I'll call you if I see her. Will you? Yeah. I think so. What, am I missing something? Yeah, they're numbers. Heh. Dwayne, do you have either of our numbers? Upon reflection, no, I do not. Well, let's make this a little fun then. Whose number do you want more, Dwayne? Whitney, give me a break. We're close, aren't we? Yeah, don't tease the guy, Whit. You two hang out all the time anyway. It's weird you don't already have each other's numbers. Alright, steal my fun, why don't you? For serious though, you want to give him your number too, Flannery? Like, this is for Tia. Yeah, fine. I'm going back to this option. I just want to see what happens if I play along. If I play along and say Flannery's, I get points with her. Do I get Whitney's anyway? Alright, so if you choose one, specifically you get points, but you don't get both of their numbers. If you don't play along, you will get both numbers, but you won't get points with anybody. Alright, thanks, and we should probably pay attention to the lesson. You know, we can't find Tia if we don't know how to calculate the damage of a 7th turn Fury Cutter from a metronome. I hate math. I'll tell you what, I know exactly how much it does. A lot. Alright, I can't take Psychic class because Will is dead. Fairy and Fire? I can do Fairy Fire, I can do Fairy Dragon. We'll do Fairy again so that my Ralts has the ability to become Curlia. Oh yeah, I can befriend Wally now. Spot a familiar student, go to greet him. Hi there. Oh, hi. Don't think I've seen you in this class before. Is it your first time taking this class? No, I just... usually sit in the back corner. I'm a little bit shy, I guess. You know, if you're hiding from someone, you won't be the only one. How did you... You thought taking a swan dive into the arena floor was a preferable alternative to being on camera for a few minutes during the quarter clashes. Yeah, that would do it. Just out of curiosity, but how would you have handled that? Well, if your intention is to avoid attention, probably just saying a firm no thanks as soon as Alicia looked over at you would do it. She seemed like she'd respect that and keep the camera moving without anyone even noticing. Yeah, you're right. I panicked and I thought... Hey, are you in any actual danger? If this is serious, there are people who can really help you. Please teach me? What? Please teach me how to be a strong trainer, like you. How to be cool and calm and kind, even after what happened to you. Hey, you're making me blush. I admire you. Think you're really, really cool. And I know I can't be like you, but I want to be. So please teach me. Oh god, you got so pink! I didn't notice that because of my bad vision having to focus on the words. Wally's passion begins to attract the attention of most of the crowd. I'll study as hard as I need to. I'll carry all your books. I'll even go to the gym. I need to be as strong as you before it's too late. Wally, calm down. I can't explain why, but this means so much to me. Please? I'm not a teacher. I'm not qualified to do what you're asking, and there are dozens of strong trainers around who are. You pause, studying Wall's reaction. Expect him to argue or perhaps get upset, or at the very least interrupt you and try to continue his points. But he doesn't. He silently stares up at you, eyes full of hope. He looks like a little like Blue did many, many years ago. Sans the hair, of course. I can't be a teacher, but I can help a friend out by telling him what little I've learned as a trainer student. I'll do that. You will? We can be friends? And you'll tell me what you know? Sure, just don't get your expectations too high. I only started training at the beginning of the school year, same as you. Yes! Wally ineffectually attempts to hide a fist pump. Thank you! Thank you so much! When should... when... I'll find you. Oh wait, do you have a phone? Hey, I'm just picking up phone numbers like a fucking Chad. Yeah? Thanks, Senpai. I love it. You know what? I can dig it. Great. I wasn't sure, but it just kind of felt right. Alright, so it seems a lot of characters just have, like, optional vibes you can get. You can get Dami Mommy from Janine, which I said no to, because fuck Janine. And you can get Kohai from Wally. Thanks, Senpai. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Can't wait to get started. Whoa, Ethan, you alright? What? Do I look tired? Yeah, I'm fine. You have red eyes. I could give you that move as well, but you're more of a late-game sweeper, so I'm not going to bother with the tutoring. I've heard that unfortunate news. You must also be worried about instructor Rule and your classmates. I can English. I'm sure they'll be grateful for your wishes, and that they're looking forward to seeing you once again. I won't ask you not to worry, because worry rises from compassion, one of the heart's greatest gifts. But I hope you can remember that things aren't as dark as they seem. I believe all three of the missing are unharmed. The Pokemon around us sense danger and concerned, but not yet, tragically. That means there's still time, and the faculty are spending their precious moments wisely. The best way you can help them is by tending your own hearts, and not placing yourselves in any danger. Rest easy, and keep believing that will be well. Valerie heads off for an emergency meeting with the Dean. I almost said with Dawn. As everyone prepares to leave, the intercom system in the classroom crackles to life. Hello, this is Dean Drayden speaking. This is a reminder that all access to the forest is prohibited. Again, last week's announcement that the forest is open to students was made in error. The forest is not open to anyone not engaged in student council or disciplinary committee business. We must regrettably enforce this rule with extreme prejudice. Expulsion will be considered for any rule breakers. This message will be repeated at the end of every morning elective. I am not going to read that again when it happens again. Is it doubles class still? I probably should have done dragon so that both these guys could get level. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all back in class again. We've missed you. Didn't we, Bruno? I'm glad to see my students again. You all look fit and ready to train. I need to drink. One sec. Alright, I'm back. I'm glad to see my students again. You all look good, fit, and ready to train. Hell yeah, it's time to let's break some heads. That's the spirit. First though, Alder and I must deliver a lecture. Right you are, Bruno. Today we're going to be learning about item manipulation. Can anyone tell me what the rules are for items in most regions? I can. You're allowed to remove any item the opponent is holding as long as it's not a special category. Moves like knockoff or trick can be used to do that. Makes sense that the Cerulean Scion would know that. Right. You're doing well, Misty. Carry on. Right. Well, The special categories are Megastones and Z-Crystals. There are also some items that power up specific species. You're not allowed to touch those in battles. If a Pokemon loses possession of them during a fight due to dropping it, or something like that, the battle is paused for the Pokemon to regain possession of that stone. Why? Exactly correct. However, we do the exact opposite in Pokemon. Huh? But in the Lava Ridge Gym Yes, in Pokemon, items can be removed at your leisure. If you can take a Megastone from a Pokemon, you can even prevent them from Mega Evolving. This is dishonorable, but effective. I'm not sure how effective it would be, actually. That one Lopunny didn't need a Megastone after all. Besides, when I'm understanding these gems right, the free-for-all seemed to generate an endless stream of Megastone-like objects from my Pokemon. Shame they only lost until the end of the battle. If they lasted longer, I could sell them. Anyway, the basic thing we're trying to impart here is that the rules of many other regions don't necessarily apply here. Oh wait, that was Alder, sorry. You may have also noticed that in this region, Pokemon are allowed to be sent out immediately after another faints. Allowed to? You mean they have to be to take incoming hits? You could choose to see it that way. You could also choose to see it as an opportunity to switch in a Pokemon with a Storm Drain, or Lightning Rod, or Intimidate in the middle of your turn. If I wanted to do that, I'd just use a Pokemon with U-Turn first. Alright, Hilbert, tell me when your Honedge learns U-Turn. As long as you tell me when my Cubchoo gets Intimidate. It's good to be back in class, isn't it, Bruno? Very much so. Anyway, to wrap up this lecture on items, remember that you get back any item you start off at the end of each battle. Except for berries, of course. Which is why I didn't get that Oranberry tree. If berries reset, I would have gotten the Oranberry tree. Now, why don't we start off with some battles? Our unit this week will be triple battles. God damn, triple battles? I thought you already had yours equipped. Nice enthusiasm, Hilda. As you must know, the range of your moves matters more in this format than in any other. Bruno, the assignments? Does Pikachu still have its equipped? No, it doesn't. Because it can't? Okay. Welcome back, Mr. King. Hi! Good to be back. You will be battling Miss Jasmine. Oh, I can't spam Blizzard against you! Bullshit! Hello, Dwayne. Hey, Jasmine. Don't think I've seen you in this class very often. No, I often get an exception to this class. And I can hardly do the physical training anyway. Hey, all a trainer needs to train is their voice. No, not all that. A good trainer should be able to run around with their Pokemon, follow them in battle, and moving around the field to get a better vantage point and view of the battlefield. And of course, a trainer should be fast enough on their feet to avoid any stray moves. The best trainers are trainers who can stay closest to their Pokemon in battle. Only when you're standing side by side with your Pokemon can you see how they should react to your opponent's moves. Of course, I say all that, but have difficulty really practicing it. I certainly can't run around the field with them. I'm sure they appreciate it, though. Well, my Pokemon are very slow, so at the very least I can stand by their side in the battle. Wait, you do that? Isn't that dangerous? Absolutely. But putting oneself in danger to bolster one's friends is a very noble calling, I think. You really never stop impressing me. I was impressed by your speech on Friday. Huh? I actually thought the extent of your power was greater than it was. Grisha convinced me otherwise, though. But hearing you tell everyone the truth, unafraid of the consequences of people's judgment, I thought that was very brave. Oh, I was terrified. Not as brave as you. Oh, please, I'm not brave at all. I simply have no other choice than to act the way I do. Now, shall we battle? Oh no! The Sandstream took priority. Okay, we're gonna Legacy Steelix. I'm going to swap out to... what's Drip God again? Sure. And then I'm going to Vacuum Wave Steelix. God damn it! Oh, I can't liberize? I guess because there's too many Pokemon? Splendidly done. That was pretty tricky. You actually made me work for it. I really wasn't expecting to see a Steelix coming out of that Pokeball. What's the story there? Not much of a story to share, I'm afraid. I had access to a metal coat and thought my partner Onyx might look rather good in it. Oh, I'd love to get my hands on a Steelix site, but that's a pursuit for the future. Well, how'd you get an Onyx? Oh, well, a friend of mine from Johto helped me catch it. A good many years ago. Brendan's his name. By coincidence, he actually goes to this school too. I offered it to him since he likes ground types, but he said it was, quote, filthy and far too rugged. Huh, I know Brendan. He was my roommate until recently. That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's only in elementary school at the time. People change. One thing that hasn't changed is his devotion to Pokemon contests. He got me into them, actually. Oh, do you do contests too? With that cracked team, I figured you'd have been a trainer in the trainer course. I'm exploring my options. The only thing that doesn't seem to be on the table right now is, well, student council member. I'm sorry about that. You've got nothing to apologize for. This was just a terrible misunderstanding. I'm concerned for Cherim, though. What he did was ill-advised, but it seems he's more interested in punishing himself than actually making things right. I know it would be easy to hate him, but hate never helped anyone move forward. I'm still figuring out how I feel about him. Alright, as long as... and she fainted. Gosh dang it. Jasmine, are you alright? Do you need to? No, I should be fine. My leg's just... I'm quite tired. Give me a moment to catch my breath. Phew. Seems that battle took quite a lot out of me. Hope you don't mind if I... faint again? No, of course not. Go ahead. Thank you. That'll be all for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. As you walk into the cafeteria, you suddenly notice Hilbert and Hilda standing in a corner, talking intently about something. You think about moving away from their conversation, but you're in line of the milk tank ribeye looks really good. I'm worried about you, Hilbert. There's nothing to be worried about. Don't give me that shit. You've been completely out of it for like 3 weeks now, even before the elections, and you're spending way more time with that Nathan guy. It's just Nate. And of course I'm spending time with him. We're roommates. Yeah, we're also roommates, but you're not hanging out on my hip every moment. Is there something wrong with me having other friends? No, of course not, Hilbert. You know I want that for you, but I'm concerned that you're... I've never seen you so focused. It's like you know what you're doing. Like you have a plan for the first time. Ridiculous. Just as aimless as I've ever been. Don't worry. Your refusal to help me fulfill my dream is as effective as it's ever been. Sorry, that was unnecessary. Yeah, maybe a bit, but I get how you feel. I don't. Huh? I don't feel. Feel implies passion or desire. My dream is an absolute. It's the tracks ahead of me. It's a task that must be done like breathing. I've heard that shit before, and you know what I think of it. I'm bored of this conversation. Fine. I just want to tell you that I care about you. And I don't want you ramming your face headfirst into another pile of shit. Before you let me grab a shovel, anyway. Hilda and Hilbert part ways. I guess I'll go off to Hilda. 'Cause I don't have a point up with Hilbert. Ah, I guess you heard that, huh? A little bit. Man, I don't like airing our dirty laundry out in public like that. If it helps at all, I think your patience is kind of, well, insane, honestly. In a good way, if a bit self-injurious. I'm tough. I can take it. How have you been? We haven't had a real chance to reconnect since you went absolutely fucking ballistic during the quarter clashes. Absolutely ballistic is right. I'm alright, answering a lot of questions other people have about my power and my Pikachu. Anything I can answer for you? Nah, I listened to your speech. I get the gist. Thank God. But seriously, is there anything I can do for you? Those elections, it's like, damn, shit went south. I'm still trying to get you to take more breaks and do stuff for yourself. I couldn't ask for anything. You're a good guy, Dwayne, you know that? As you walk away, you hear another conversation starting nearby. Oh, so do I just keep getting rewarded for having a level 1 friendship with people? Just like, hey, fucker, have you been making friends? I sure hope you haven't been ignoring people. And Sabrina's not there, and Tia's not there, which is awful, of course. But then Professor Will isn't even going to be there either. Now I don't know what we're going to do, because classes were canceled. And if we can't attend class, we can't learn about psychic types. If I don't learn about psychic types, then I can't really raise my starter. And if I can't raise my starter, then I'll fall out of school and die! I don't think that's going to happen, Bianca. But it is concerning. We don't want to let ourselves slip behind. I kind of get why Sabrina would leave, but Tia always seemed really like the class. And there's no way Instructor Will would have just left. Oh, so Latios is still here. Unless Latios is Sabrina? I guess we just have to hope that the school's administration figured out what's going on before we fall too far behind. Why should we fall behind? Let's just study with each other. I'm not sure. Do we know enough to even help each other study at that level? Instructor Will teach us? Maybe not at his level, but we can still do our best. Alright. I like the enthusiasm. Yeah, let's do this. Just don't tell anyone about this, because I think it might be against one of my contracts. Alright, it's a plan. That means we can go out and rescue Sabrina and the others. Rescue? Rescue? Yes, rescue. When someone needs help, it's the duty of the people left behind to rescue them. That's the way it is in all my movies. Okay, but where are they then? One scene at a time, Rosa. Yeah. Hearing Rosa reminded me of how Leaf was talking about her rescue mission for me. Maybe those two would get along better than you think. Alright, looks like that one doesn't reward me because I don't have a conversation opportunity with her. Speaking of which, where is Leaf? Trying to ignore the subtle whispered accusations that surround you, you walk to the dining room and you realize the sitting arrangements of the table seem to have shifted around dramatically. Oh great, it'll take me ages to open up these tables again. Oh, I just realized! You need to have a positive relationship to get on a table, so I can't fix dead bonds with the tables. Because most of the dead bonds are in the negatives now. Don't let them sit here. Frenergy, yeah, right. Can't believe I ever... You know what? I think I've passed the point where I need to worry about the desolation of my social standing. I'm just gonna sit wherever I want. If people have a problem with it, well, I can work on them. Anyway, if I want to study Psychic type elective, I should probably join the table with all the Psychic type students. The ones that are left, at least. The disciplinary committee has taken over this table. Students are pointing at a map and seriously planning some future events. Home table. This table is filled with the representatives of Dorm 25. They argue, chat, and laugh fluidly, waving you over to join them. Yellow can tell you about Hilbert. Oh! This table is filled with the most eye-catching students in the school, as they discuss their lives. Everyone around them hangs on every word they say, trying to hear the latest celebrity news. So I'm guessing Sabrina will join them when she comes back. Scheming table. This table is filled with students grim-faced and determined. They huddled around some object you cannot see, whispering everyone with clandestine purpose. Nate, Hilbert, Hilder, and Bay. I can get Hilbert back to neutral, but he's gonna be neutral at the end of the day anyway. Also, at that point, I don't think I actually lose points with Hilbert, right? Let me see. Oh no, I do lose bond with him. So if I turn him neutral right now, I can avoid the bond drop. But will being told about Hilbert also get me points with Hilbert? I don't know. Romantic table. This table is full of students unabashedly flirting, cloth dollies over the table, and there are rose petals scattered about. Someone's lit a candle. No, wait, that's a lit wick. God, Wally, I get it. You love May, probably. I don't know if it's a friendship thing or a love thing. But do you really gotta put yourself in this situation, man? You don't gotta do this to yourself. Independent table. This table is full of students refusing to make eye contact with each other, and the professor trying desperately to get them to. It's peaceful, though. Cherry can tutor me on poison types. Medical table. This table is filled with students you often see by the infirmary. There's a palpable weariness in the air, but the mood is nevertheless light. And the remedial table. This table is full of students that study the psychic types, frantically. It's clear they're not quite certain what they're doing, but they're trying their best without instruction. I'll go to the home table, probably to learn about Hilbert? Is that the right move, or should I just go right to Hilbert's table? I don't know which is better. Talk to her about Hilbert or talk to him directly? I'm gonna do this one just to learn what yellow tell me about someone means. So what happened when I talked to you about somebody? Hiya, I've been talking to Hilbert recently. Would you like to hear what he said? Yes. You learned some information about Hilbert. You feel like you understand him better now. Okay, what did that change with Hilbert? Did it give me 4 points towards him? No, I don't remember what our friendship rank was at before. He's still in a negative mood, though. What exactly did that do? Oh, okay. It gave me 7 points with Hilbert. Alright, yellow gives me like 7 points towards a person. I'm gonna lose 3 of those points tomorrow, but that's still worth keeping note of, so... Alright. If I do fire, I will get points with these guys, and I will keep Sonia in a jubilant mood and keep Flannery and Serena above ground. Alternatively, if I do Dragon, I increase my max level for two of my Pokemon, and... Oh, there's only 2 people in the Dragon elective, because Tia's gone. Let's do fire to keep these guys in the happy area. Plus, I do need to level up Litten some more. You know, I actually tried to avoid going to this class. I followed you, saw where you were going, went to different elective. How'd you end up here? Got lost. General Studies. I feel terribly about Instructor Wilson's appearance, and of course, those of his students. Let me reassure you that all of us are working hard to bring them home. Fortunately, all 3 are espers. The unique signatures of their brain waves can be, with modern technology, be discerned from those of others. An aerial strand may detect their locations, even through dense foliage. As it happens, I am developing in this methodology. Let me assure you, it is quite sound. Trust in science, and please, don't do anything rash. Those of us without psychic powers are far more difficult to track. Blaine refuses to elaborate on the process of this expert detector. Welcome back to class, ladies and gentlemen. Today's quiz is going to introduce a new concept to you. Trained Pokemon. Trained Pokemon? You are probably familiar by now with the certain moves that were invented by faculty at Kokobon. These moves are powerful and can be used as a surprise tool. Take opponents off guard, they are not commonly known outside Kokobon. Of course, this does imply that your fellow students are likely to have access to these moves as well. It is not always apparent what moves your classmates may have access to. However, a Pokemon with these special moves often show some particular behavior, some visually identifiable characteristics that make it clear that they have specially trained Pokemon. Once you get used to looking for those behavioral patterns, they may as well be clear to a keen-eye trainer as the Pokemon's level. Well, this is something you should keep an eye out for future information. Incidentally, Professor Cherry is quite excellent at identifying specially trained Pokemon. For more details, why don't talk to her? Now, for the upcoming test, you may be relieved to hear that none of your opponent's Pokemon are able to damage you. However, it should be known that a specifically trained fighting type has the move Stone Cold Stunner. Really? If you let that particular Pokemon use this move, you will automatically lose the fight, regardless of whatever Pokemon you have on hand. You want to prevent that. Take out your pencils, and remember, this is graded. Alright, so we have to stop the fighting type from attacking. Pawmot is the trained fighting type. So we want to stop Pawmot from fighting. They're all level 20. My Blaziken's level 100. I also have a Dugong. I don't know how that helps, but okay. Simple World. All grounded Pokemon become normal type for 5 turns. causes you to lose. Wait, what? What? Oh no! I was supposed to yawn. Alright, we have to focus on flinches. It's probably too late, but let's yawn it. Let's fake out it. And let's bite it? Ember it? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it matters. I think I've already lost. I was supposed to yawn the first turn, use Legacy to flinch it, and then swap into Dewgong. Then fake out it the second turn so it could fall asleep. Since I wasn't able to do that, I have to kill it this turn or I lose. Yeah, sadly, I realized how to stop it, but it was too late. Uh-oh, I think at the end of the board, these tests aren't quite as easy as they seemed at the beginning of the year. Damn, wish Advisor last said things were about getting harder. He wasn't kidding. At a glance... Hey, why don't you take more than a glance this time, Gramps? Why don't you look at everyone's test if I don't know? Just Wayne's! I'm sorry. I want to know how everyone else did too, so I can make sure I'm still on top. While looking for a stack of quizzes more thoroughly, I see some poor logic and insufficient understanding of elemental immunities. And it appears to me that many students aren't aware they were intended to make use of their entire party. No, I was aware, I just found out one turn too late. And that was enough to fail the test. Does that satisfy you, Blue? So I passed it. I don't screw up like any of these losers you're talking about. Of course you passed it. You always passed them. You hear that, everyone? I passed! That means I'm one step closer to the national championship. And then the world championship. You don't pull your shit together and there's no way you'll make it there. Or even graduate. Get serious. I can't tell if that's him being a cocky bitch or him trying to motivate him to do better. I'm this close. This close. Do you think You had, out of habit, leaned over to whisper relief before suddenly realized she's not there. And she hadn't been all day. Should I be concerned? Probably. Oh, it looks like class is over. Well, we'll discuss the quizzes in later detail tomorrow. Be safe now. Blue. Yeah, be humble, stop acting out, I know. Not this time. Do you have a moment for a couple words? Huh? Sure. Dwayne, please excuse us. No probs. You wait for Blue to finish talking with his grandfather. You give them some privacy, but turn around when you hear some footsteps. It's time for a battle. Let's go. You get that rat from our dorm, right? Nope, Pikachu learned to ride his Pokeball. Hey, maybe he even likes it. Guess we're not quite there yet. Maybe in a bit. Great. If you know how to go to the door, let's go to the Battle Hall right now. You don't want to change to something more flexible? Heh, I don't need to bend over backwards to beat you. Alright, let's go then. My throat fucking hates me. Good luck, you guys. Cheering them both on? Devious Yellow, you're playing both sides, huh? No, I just want everyone to have fun. Thanks for watching, you guys. It's nothing. I'm gonna head out to the bleachers, though. Don't want to get in your way. Keep your eyes on me, you two. I'm gonna win. Well, let's go. You're just using Pikachu, right? I said I would, man. I want you to hold up to your end of the bargain. And not be an ass if you beat me. I said I would. Oh well, that seals it then. Nothing to worry about. Let's do this. I still don't have access to Liberation. Well, that was a quick sweep. What? You won. You can't possibly be upset about that. This doesn't count. You're only using one Pokemon. You asked me to use only one Pokemon. I know. I'm just thinking. I need one. I need a Pika-Twig. I thought you said you didn't need a new special Pokemon, because your team's already the best. Still got an open slot on my team. Anyway, who says my special Pokemon has to be new? Pikachu was completely normal Pikachu for years for this nonsense. Fair enough. Maybe we find more meteor shards around, you can chuck one into your Pidgeotto's gizzard. Heh, that's not exactly what I'm thinking, but you're on the right track. Alright, Gramps had some stuff to be after class. Pretty sure you put him up to it. Earlier today, it's just that he talked to you. You know, I don't want you to fix this. If he's gonna sort himself out, he needs to sort himself out. I still got points though. But thanks. Oh, you're welcome. You too. That's my name. Did you notice anything I could improve on in the past fight? I mean, you won. That means you were doing everything right, right? Obviously not. There are bad ways to win. And good ways to lose, right? Ha, no. Only losers would say that. You mean like when Don... Could you stop bringing that up? Since we're all here, has anyone seen Loaf today? Loaf? Nothing, huh? Maybe we should be concerned then. Good riddance now. Shall we go looking for her? You can if you want. I'm done running after other people for the last month. Besides, me and Yellow got plans tonight. Yellow and I. What do you got plans too? Alright, I'd love to stick around, but Sam and I... Oh, wait, no. What, you've got plans too? Alright, I'd love to stick around, but Sam told me to drop by his office before the day is up, so I gotta go. Great, what's gonna tell you this time? You can actually walk on water? You put your pants on 2 legs at a time? I'm not sure. I'll let you guys know when I get back to the dorm, though. Wait, why is Pikachu not fainted? You know what? I'll just take it as a good thing that's not unconscious. Blue? Now's a good time if... Oh, right, Yellow! Yellow probably healed my Pikachu. Don't stay out too late. I mean, come back to the dorm after you're done, alright? I wasn't planning on staying out late. See you later. Wonder what that was about. As you walk in, wait, what's happening here? Sonia's either looking for something or dancing. Dwayne? Dwayne! Sonia spins you around in a tight hug. Any thoughts or preconceptions you had about linking her physical strength to her lack of ego are instantly dispelled as you become unable to breathe. Hey, I can actually get a look at the room now. No, I can't. Trying to understand this room's layout is hurting my eyes. Please stop. It's not the worst thing in the world, though. Except your death. As your last breath leaves your body, you get a sinking feeling in your stomach. This was not how your story was supposed to end. Yet it does. Nah, you're fucking around. Honestly, I did the same. You can have this one. I'll bring you back. What's happening here? Seems like the sun's come out for once, D. Dwayne, this is fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant. Great. What is it? I've been looking for these forever-alls all evening, and all morning too, and I finally figured them out. Oh, you mean how they work? Well, yes, that, but also something even better. Go ahead. These forever-alls aren't minerals at all. They're biological material. Do you know what this means? Does the rank ones actually help? Because I'm not fully sure. Fuck it, I'll go for it. Your karma's coming around? You remember that conversation? Of course. Alright, guess they are always helpful. Then, well, yes. A new field of astrobiology has quite literally fallen at my feet right as I was tearing my hair out about how I could possibly pay for school. This is brilliant! Oh, that's great. I'm glad for you. What does it mean for Pikachu, though? I couldn't rightfully say, not just yet. I'm detecting 3 distinct genomes from the forever-alls. It's difficult for me to isolate what's coming from your Liberation Form Pikachu and what's coming from the meteor. Well, you let me know if I can help at all. You can, actually, or rather, your Pikachu can. If you could have your Pikachu lick this tongue depressor. I don't see why not. Go ahead, Pikachu, lick the stick. Do it quick. Pikachu licks the stick, but doesn't seem to be enjoying the taste. Oh yes, it's called a sort of bitter-tasting adhesive that maintains and traps the moisture. I probably should have mentioned. Sorry about that. There is one thing I should mention, though. Overuse of Foreverall's power could prove to be very dangerous for... Pikachu, was it? That's right. Wait, what do you mean dangerous? Ah, well, are you familiar with biology? No, I'm not. Oh. Well, the basic of all biology, astro or otherwise, is that all life attempts to perpetuate itself and remove intruders. Intruders? Invaders might be another word for it. Liberation Form Pikachu wasn't built to handle a generation of Foreveralls, nor their power. Using the power of too many Foreveralls at once could set off a false positive in Pikachu's immune system. He could develop a fever or strain his muscles too far, or even enter a mad and frenzied state. Man, I knew it couldn't be this easy. Alright, so what are the rules? I'm guessing I can't slap on any move I want anymore? I'm afraid not. You want to be careful about utilizing the form-changing Foreveralls as well. Well, at least I got 3 days out of it. We're on the forefront of science here, so there aren't any official terms to describe what I'm trying to convey. Let's say your Pikachu only has a certain level of power it can safely store in its body. We'll call this Liberation Limits. With you so far. Now, every move it knows has a certain level of power. Depending on its complexity, that contributes to the limit. Also, every Foreverall you equip him with, or every form change into, also contributes to that limit. So what you need to do is make sure his Liberation level is under the Liberation limits. Okay, do you know how to keep track of all those numbers? Yes, I've written it all on Notepad. I'm still figuring some things out, and these are approximate values, but should work. You've gained access to Liberation Limit Ledger. More options have opened to your Forever menu. Check Pikachu's stats or Forever menu at any time for a corresponding summary of the Liberation level. Liberation limit. Quick attack is 50. Growl is 40. Nuzzle is 40. Electro Ball is 70. We're at 200 out of 200. Oh, I just noticed that. I lost my Dragon Rage. Fuck. Pikachu's moveset has been adjusted. You might want to change that. Is there any way to increase the limits? Ought to be. Just like body builds up immunity when exposed to a vaccine, Pikachu ought to be able to build up immunity to power the forever walls with practice and time. Your liberation limit will steadily increase every day. Battling with traitors can also increase your liberation limit. Losing battles will increase your liberation limit faster. Well, it's disappointing, but I guess it's better. I know I just keep pumping for these gems into him, because he'll explode for a few weeks down the line. Mind if I step in here? Or after I take a drink, sure. He knew about Freddy before anyone else. Did he have something to do with Charon's actions? They're room together after all. Go ahead. Ah, thanks. Mind giving up S? Mind giving some room to breathe here? Alright, I'll just be over here then. I gave those two purple kids on Saturday their information. Sorry about that, D. I don't have any excuse or defense. Just want you to know I'm sorry. Why'd you do it? I'm investigating the forest. The guy he and his sister said would help. It was the devil's deal, but now I just wish I'd told him to go to hell. Sure. Thanks. I know I don't deserve that, but thanks anyway. S, I know you're listening. Nothing? Right, sorry about that. I was thinking, if you really wanted to apologize, maybe you could do something for him. Eh? Don't think I like the sound of that, but at least keep my socks on? What? No, get your mind out of the gutter. Easier said than done. My mind's been long-term housing contract with the gutter. Canceling that mortgage now would cause a massive fees, and not even my mouth can handle a check that big. Oh, you're ridiculous. Dwayne, maybe there's something you can think of. I could change my nickname. Can help him. Find something out for me. Depends on what you're looking for. Want to know who's got a crush? I can crush that. Looking for launch codes? That'll take a bit longer. I'm trying to decide between Leaf and Tia. I care about them both. Tia, I'm sorry, Leaf. She's in the forest. Can't tell you how I know this, though. I should probably tell you you definitely shouldn't go looking for her. Leave that to the professionals. I'll keep that in mind. I want to help with whatever you're working with. Huh? I don't know what you asked for help from the purple students for, but they're gone, and I'm here. I need help, and you do too. We can work together. Yeah, that actually might work. H is already... I might take you up on that. Alright, mind if I do one more thing, S? Can you help out too? I'm trying to figure out how these forever-alls work. She just got a bit of an interest in it. Mind if I ask a couple questions? Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Seems like you two have the most understanding of anyone in this school. Think of this as kind of like a quiz. Oh joy, I love quizzes. Man, I already failed one quiz today. Sure. Cool. Question numero uno. How many types of forever-alls are there? As many as there are Pokemon. Huh, so each Pokemon has a unique forever-all? That's not quite right. True, not every forever-all is associated with a specific type of Pokemon, but they can be broken down into 5 categories. Come to think of it, it seems quite like there could be more forever-alls than species of Pokemon in the event of a single species having multiple assorted forever-alls. Gotcha, here's part 2. What are the 5 categories? I don't know. Everalls, Gigaralls, Megaralls, and Diveralls? Top? Right you are. Point. Understood. Can you handle part stress, though? What do Megaralls do? Gigantamax, Megastones, teach moves. They allow Pokemon to stay Mega Evolved. They teach moves. That is technically correct, but all Foreveralls do that, actually. That's not unique to Mega Evolve. Oh, they said Mega Evolves. Though they're wispy and non-solid, not very stone-like at all. Might be more accurate to say they generate imaginations that have the properties of Megastones. Gotcha! What happens if a Pokemon's holding an item when the stone is generated? Oh, they'll simply toss it away. Right, I've got a follow-up question then. How do Gigaralls work? They allow them to Gigantamax? Oh, this is actually a fascinating subject. They don't allow Pokemon to Gigantamax, but it's very similar to a phenomenon that seems to have an entirely different power source than Turnus. Oh, fuck off! They work basically the same as Megaralls, except instead of generating Megastones, they generate miniature wishing stars. These wishing stars, in addition to their ethereal, unsolid nature, don't seem to truly involve the G-Max phenomenon as I familiar from Galar. Rather, it seems to be trying to imitate G-Max, without the power size, typically associated with the phenomenon. For this reason, the Pokemon only get roughly 3 times bigger as opposed to the approximate 25 meters commonly observed in Galar. This new phenomenon can be called Mini Gigamax. It's the oddest thing though. I'm not familiar with Mega Evolution, but the energy being emitted from a Gigaralls don't seem to have any relation to anything that could invoke a Dynamax-like effect. It truly seems like the Pokemon's genetics are just being altered on the basis of nothing more solid than what it wishes. I think Professor Oak said something similar to that. Okay, I think I'm getting it now. Diveralls, they swap a Pokemon's form? Yes, that's right. Pokemon with extreme sexual dichotomy, regional variations, Diveralls seem to be able to trigger a shift between those. Diveralls are able to swap Pokemon's form in battle, or even out of battle. Should be noted, though, that if its form is switched out of battle, it seems it won't be able to hold a Foreverall. Too much interference from the energy waves, I suppose. Actually, truth be told, I don't have any idea why that doesn't work. I'm really firing science at the wall here, and seeing what sticks. Hey, you're doing fine from my point of view. Last question. What is this number 6? Finally, what do Foreveralls and Everalls do? Not quite. Foreveralls seem to provide a random boost to stats or moves, provide new abilities. They're custom boosts for the Pokemon they're equipped to, essentially. Everalls, on the other hand, don't often provide powerful boosts, but they make a Pokemon easier to train or evolve. Finally, something most Foreveralls have in common is that they can change the type of Pika-Twig and teach moves. Right, but those moves are capped by the Liberation limits. Oh wait, will other Pokemon be affected by the liberation limit? Like, do I need to worry about the forever rolls I gave to different Pokemon? Doesn't appear so. Besides, it's obvious addendum that a Pokemon can't draw power from a forever roll. It's incompatible with, of course. Well hey, I appreciate the info, S&D. This'll truly help me flash out my reports. It's a pleasure. I really feel like I'm doing something grand now. This is immeasurably exciting. Great, keep up the sunny smile. Now I gotta bounce. And he's literally bouncing. Ah, I see what he did there. Clever. Alright, is there something I can help you with? Yeah, I actually came here to talk to Professor Oak. Is he around? Sure, let me just call him. Professor, your food is here. What? He doesn't usually come out of his office unless I tell him that. Oh, I'm sure he'd come out for me. He called me here. Are you now? Hello, that'll be 2,000, right? That's plus tip. Dwayne, I didn't know you were working for Pookie Eats. Well, I'll do something to pay for a Kokobon. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you about, lad. I think I may have discovered how we can pay for that. You see, ever since you reminded me of that you didn't have a way to pay for Kokobon, I've been looking for a way to avert that problem. Really? Kind of assumed you'd forgotten. And I do believe we may have a solution. Is it just paying for me too? I wish I could, lad, but I don't have the funds for that. I could afford Blueberry if I could have scraped together everything I had, but Kokomon's far more expensive, the way it is now. It's fine, I get it. So what were you thinking? A research grant, my boy. If I could secure a research grant to study foreveralls in your Pikachu, and perhaps even the long-term effects of Phrenergy. Whoa, wait. I thought you had been your Phrenergy research. Well, the work I had been working towards is not something I particularly care to pursue anymore. The effects are clearly too damaging to you for me to attempt to pursue any longer. I appreciate the thought, Sam, but hasn't the damage basically already been done? At the very least, your power should still be cataloged. That could be worth a few years' research, but would understandably take a secondary position to the power of Foreveralls. Okay, so what do I do to help you with this research grant? Well, exactly what you've been doing already. Sam, you have to stop inviting me over here and tell me to keep doing what I've been doing already. Continue producing these Foreveralls. Whatever mechanism Pikachu produces, you must do more of that. Okay, and if you get this grant, you can use it to pay for my attendance here? Oh, I see what you mean. No, not at all. That'd be unethical to use research funding on a personal project. Personal project? He's been talking, to Whitney. Okay, so what are you thinking? Well, these gems represent an absolutely unsurpassed power boost for any Pokemon they're given to. I took a quick course in business over the weekend, and it seems we can exchange the Foreveralls for monetary gain. So what, sell Foreveralls I'm not using? By the way, did the rolls actually power me up at all? I still seem to be pretty weak. What is Ralts's? Is it a Foreverall or is it an Everall? Ralts is a Everall, so that means I think Everalls are the ones that make it easier to evolve? Moves, forms, loadouts. We can make loadouts for Pikachu? What? This is so interesting. You're suggesting we sell them? Precisely, and not just to everyone, but to champions. According to the laws of supply and demand, which I just learned about, you are a sole provider of these gems. Should be able to set essentially any price. I don't know. So that would kind of cheapen the whole Pikachu has a special power thing if every champion had one. Well, I'm not quite sure how to resolve that concern. I guess I should be practical about this. Okay, well, do you have a champion in mind who'd be willing to buy? Not particularly. We've got a good few months before your first payment is due. Between Instructor Wallace and Instructor Alder, Advisor Lance, and the many alumni of Kokomon, we should be able to contact pretty much any one of them. This is probably only due to the reputation and connections of Kokomon affords you. I'm just thankful they've hired me as you are, so they may let you in. Well, we don't need to make any decisions now. As I said, it'll be a good few months. But there are two things you should keep in mind. Yeah? When it comes time to pick a customer, you may want, well, to be rather cold-hearted about how you approach them. Tend to just ask for enough money to get you through Kokomon, I warrant, but do think about what some additional funds could acquire you. Your mother could retire. You could evolve your Pikachu. If you ask for enough, you could even send your own progeny to Kokomon. I don't like the idea of asking for more than these gems are worth. I know you don't, lad. And early in my career, I thought similarly. Continuously sacrificing financial success for pure science. I worked harder than I should, and my family suffered for it. I'd hate to see you repeat my mistakes, as numerous as they are. Ask yourself, what prosperity and security for you and your family is worth? If a couple stiff words once can secure all that, might be a moral choice. Well, I couldn't say. I'm no philosopher. I work on real sciences, but do keep that in mind. Right, what was the second thing I should remember? You said I should remember two things. I don't remember that. Oh, maybe I misremembered. Yes, maybe. Well, I should be getting back to work. Alright, see ya, Sam. Goodbye. Remember, you're always welcome to drop in anytime. Oh, but before that, my Pookies? Sam, that was a joke. Alright, time to myself at last. Let's see who's around. Though I should probably get changed first, huh? Okay. God, my throat. Okay. I can level up Jasmine. Should I level up Jasmine or should I fix Hilbert? I can level up Jasmine at any time. Let's fix Hilbert so he stops losing points. Because I don't have his number, so I do need to hang out with him to get rid of that. Alright, I can't fix Hilbert. You walk into the pool and are somewhat surprised to see Jasmine in the water. Hey, her hair is down. That's a rarity. She appears to be deep in relaxation as her eyes are closed. She doesn't seem to notice you, though she's still standing. Would you like to swim laps? I can get out. Afraid I don't have my trunks, and this vest soaks up water like a sponge. Oh, Dwayne, you should have called out. I'd have addressed you much sooner. You look like you were having fun. You sit down next to the pool. Going for a swim, or meditating? More so the latter. The water is nice and cool. I feel as though I weigh less in it. I can relax for a while. They do the same thing for elderly Pokemon, you know. A bit embarrassing, isn't it? Whatever you need to get me for today. If it works for an old Mabostiff, I don't see why it wouldn't work for humans. Mabostiff? Who? Paldean Pokemon, Dark-type dog. I see. Well, I suppose I should be getting out. If there's not too much trouble, I'm gonna ask you to give me a hand. Not a problem. And now she has a towel on. Thank you. Now let me just... collapse. Oh, you fixed... How did you get it in perfect position so easily? You watch Jasmine tie her hair up with practical grace. You never imagine that even those small arm movements exhaust her. save for the slight tightening of the lips. There, hair up again. Do I look presentable now? You certainly are. You're certainly a gift. Something wrong? Nothing overly so, but it takes a while for my body to adapt to the new pressure after getting out of the water. I'm not sure I'd be able to tell the difference, I wonder. You look inquisitive. Would you like to go for a walk? Certainly. But I would ask a few moments to get changed first, if you don't mind. Of course not. Go ahead. Desmond walks away, so you got quiet aside for your phone. You suddenly realize, however, that you only heard her take a few steps away. I apologize profusely. I'm being very silly, but do you mind if I ask a somewhat personal question? Sure. Yeah, sure. When you see my body, what do you think? Don't make me answer this, please! So that's where we're going with this. Ah, god damn it. You're beautiful. Is this gonna be awkward? Are you gonna hate me? I'm sorry, I think I must have misheard you. You're beautiful. Oh. Please excuse the question, I was just too curious. That must seem terribly vain of me to ask a question like that out of nowhere, no? I think I get it. Oh? You probably have a difficult time getting a straight answer out of anyone, don't you? Yes, I must confess that's true. Very observant of you, Dwayne. I'm sure you can imagine why, given my various circumstances, people sometimes act with more tact than I need or want. And you thought because of my phrenergy that I'd have to give you a straight answer. I'm afraid you're quite right. Put like that, it does seem rather mercenary? Yeah, mercenary of me, doesn't it? Now I get where you're coming from. Difficult, awkward questions, right? And there's someone like me around who can't help but answer. Honestly, I can see why you'd want to use me. No offense taken. Did I say what you expected? No, not at all, Dwayne. I've never heard anything like that before, to be honest. I call bullshit. There is no way no one has told you that you're beautiful. Really? What about Grisha? You two seem very close. We are. We truly deeply love each other. But it's the sort of love that comes from being forged in the same crucible of circumstance, and we try to avoid talking about our health or appearance to each other. Both of us consider it a bit of a sore spot. That makes sense. And points for saying that she's beautiful. Your understanding of Grisha deepens. Oh no, it's points for Grisha! Also, personally, I don't see the need to make the distinction, but Grisha prefers I specify that our love is platonic. Yeah, I get those vibes. He probably just wanted to make sure that people knew you weren't taken. He's thoughtful like that. Now please, pardon me, I should go get changed. Don't let me stop you this time. Sorry? Jasmine comes back and begins to walk steadily in a particular direction, beckoning you to follow. Where are we going? You'll see. Ah, the seaport. Nice. I got the Cramorant here. Try to guzzle down Pika-Twig. I like to come out here once in a while. On good days, it reminds me of home. That being said, I'm utterly exhausted. It'll take a while for me to gather the strength to make the return journey. I don't suppose I might trespass upon you further and actually keep me company for a while. Of course, I wasn't planning on leaving anytime soon. You say you remind me of home, right? Think remember you saying you're from Johto? That's right. A harbor town called Olivine City. Well, I suppose it's so much more of a town as a city, but it always felt like a town to me. It was smaller, cozy. Olivine, huh? May I guess that your biggest exports were olives? Maybe grapes? Oh, I see why you'd think that, but not quite. Olivine is actually a type of mineral. It's a green, brittle mineral with conchoidal fractures and poor cleavage. Poor cleavage? The rock has tits? Rock nerd? Admittedly, Olivine is the only mineral I really know anything about. And those fancy words I said before basically boil down to, it shatters. But I do find rocks and minerals interesting, passingly. Nessa told me that the science club basically boils down to mostly just sitting around and studying rocks. Maybe that'll be up your alley. Perhaps. What I know about Olivine wasn't because of any sort of study, though. I just frequent visitors of Oliver's Mining Museum. Before Olivine became a city focused on shipping and transportation, it was famous for its mining industry. The first steel-type gem in the world was founded in Olivine, and the very first Steelix was evolved there as well. The city must be very proud. Not exactly. The museum has much more of a gaze upon what happened here, and let Napper again bend to it. The early days of Olivine's mining industry were much more unregulated. The metals from the mines would be flushed away with water gathered from the harbor. The water would then return to the harbor, or seep into the ground, poisoning our aquifers. What? Oh shit. There were people who knew what the health effects would be, of course, but they considered it an acceptable loss. Those cruel men were largely punished and barred from the city. But the damage was done, and the last 3 generations grew up with trace metals in their water for years, and the effects have been... that's why you're sickly. Well, I'm one of the lucky ones. I still have my mind, my reason. Not all were so lucky. So then, your health. Possibly. The contaminants cause many birth defects. The doctors think it's likely that perhaps a genetic proclivity towards fatigue was triggered by the water. How did this stop? Like, what triggered the change? Science, education. As the citizens of Olivine become more educated, more and more individuals start to notice the patterns emerging. The erratic emotional behavior of our parents, the sickliness and frailness of ourselves and our children. Jeez, that's awful. A class action lawsuit was put together. In all fairness to the justice system, those affected earned a considerable amount of money, which would be why I am now in Kokobon. But the town was still ruined. The cleanup operation would have cost billions, and the water would still take years to rid itself of the toxins. People like to think that it's just bad luck that there is people like me, that I'm an unfortunate victim of the universe's dice. More and more, though, it's clear there are systems in place that have more sway over the dice than those responsible would admit. After all, you can't punish bad luck. It is an easy scapegoat for those seeking to avoid punishments. That's so messed up. But pardon me if I'm wrong here. The way you were talking, it sounded like you hadn't lost all hope for Olivine. Was there more of the story? Of course, because for every sword that falls, there will be a shield to rise up to meet it. The shield was my upperclassman, Eugene. Oh, sorry, Eugene. He changed his name. Well, sort of. He was a performer, a magician, and his stage name was Eugene. But then he started calling himself Eugene when not performing, and... Jasmine, I'm really interested in your story, just not this part. Noted. The point is that in Johto, there's a legend of a certain Pokemon. The Pokemon is known as Suicune. What, like an almost anagram of Eugene? I genuinely never noticed that. Anyway, yes. Now, the Legend of Suicune says that it can purify any water it steps on. Eugene was determined to track it down and catch it, so he can purify Olivine. Oh my god, he succeeded? In a way. Admittedly, he never caught Suicune, not for lack of trying, but he did find it, and he chased it all around Johto and even Kanto. When telling the story later, he admits that for much of the chase, Suicune was always one step ahead. Right before his journey to Olivine, he managed to get Suicune in one place long enough that he was able to explain what he wanted. So he thinks Suicune listened to him and went to Olivine to purify the water on purpose? He dared not suggest such a thing, but it seems likely, yes. Wow. For his heroics, he was given the key to the city and an invitation to join the local Pokemon Ranger team. He turned down both. All that mattered to him was that he eventually caught Suicune. Perhaps he forgot his initial goal in the thrill of the chase. But it's impossible to catch legendary Pokemon, isn't it? Conventional wisdom would seem to say so. Of course, conventional wisdom told the children of Olivine to stop overreacting, that everything was fine. The wisdom of the elders killed the children. It was only what could be considered a foolish action that saved us. So perhaps conventional wisdom's guidance can be discarded when it comes to the matters of the legend. Seriously, I never could have imagined something like that would happen. After that big fight in Hoenn, many people think of legendary Pokemon as threats. And of course, there are those who, for thousands of years, have seen them as gods. I think the truth is probably somewhere in between. I think they are largely helpers when they feel like it. Not something we can rely on to pull us out of messes, but something that we may have to spend every waking moment on our knees to, or watching over our shoulders for. Just helpers. Sometimes. Like people. Exactly like people. You sit on the dock together, watching the local Apom harass the sailors for a while. Hey, Apom is a Johto native Pokemon, right? Yes, I believe so. I saw several in Olivine. They like to hang out, literally, at the port there too. Why are they here? Like at a port? Don't they normally live in towns? Perhaps it's the tall mast of the ships here. They can steal enough food from the restaurant garbage dumps in the area. The tall mast may be suitable replacement for their native habitats. Some unidentifiable berry goes splat as it lands the sailor's head. He roars at the Apom, swearing bloody vengeance in a heavy Sinonian accent. The Apom just laughs. Or maybe we just find it fun to torment the sailors here. Maybe. Scene, please end! My throat is killing me! What was that? What was that? What? What happened? Excuse me, sir. Demon gets up and runs to one of the sailors, who is futilely swatting a newspaper at one of the nearby Apom. He holds a plastic cup in his hands. What? Yeah, miss, what's the issue? This ship, she just jettisoned a large amount of some clear liquid off the port side. Clear liquid? I don't know, it's probably some water. We gotta balance the water intake and output, you know. Not when the ship is docked. You should be taking the water when the ship is docked. You should be taking in water when the ship is docked. That points towards some holes in the side of the ship, a few meters down the waterline. Besides, the ballast ports are there. This fuel came out of the deck of the ship. Cheryl looks stumped. He shrugs and talks to a walkie-talkie. Calling in. This is Eldritch on the port. I'm getting a report, actually there's a little girl here who says we're emitting some sort of clear fluid off the top deck. Anyone checking on that? Yeah, no, I told her it was a ballast, but said it wasn't. Okay, gotcha. Sarah lets out a big laugh and smiles disarmingly. Turns out they're just cleaning the top deck. That was just soapy water running off the top. The force of the water was much stronger than simple runoff. Sailor snorts, starting to look a bit annoyed. Look, I don't know what you saw, but I can't tell you what you didn't see it. But I didn't see anything. Sailor looks directly at you. What about you? You see anything? No, but Jasmine did. Well, it doesn't help us, now does it? Now mind if I get back to it? I'm taking my 15. Who owns this ship? I don't know, corporate does. It's called the SS Iron Whale. Jasmine looks at you, and back at the water, then back at you, then back at the water. Her eyes harden, she seems to come to some sort of decision. I overexerted myself. Sorry, I can't. She's gonna fall into the water. Jasmine! Please, sir, can I have some water? Of course, during my 15. Yeah, of course, here. He offers the cup to Jasmine, who takes it gratefully, and then dives into the harbor. Jasmine, what the hell? Miss? What are you? Hold on! Man overboard! She wanted to get evidence it wasn't water. You and Eldritch both diving after her, after making sure that she's okay, and after she had signed a waiver signified she wasn't going to sue, you and Jasmine would take the long walk back to campus. Wait, did I lose my hat? After getting soaked in water for no good reason, you're not in the best of moods. God, my throat's killing me. I should have just let the episode be in 15 minutes. Fuck. Jasmine, however, seems to be humming merrily, despite the fact she was just relying very heavily on your shoulder for support. It'd be cool if I knew what that was about. This cup, the plastic cup with sailor germs on it, the very same. Tell me you're not going to drink from it. If I'm right, I don't think anyone should drink from it. So you've got a sample of that ballast water. What are you going to do with it? The first thing I'm going to do is refrigerate it. Grisha keeps a ton of popsicles in our room, so the freezer's a bit full, but there should probably be room in the fridge. The second thing I'm going to do is find out which company or person owns this SS Iron Well. The third thing I'm going to do is bring it directly to the instructor, Byron. He used to be a miner, you know, and he knows all too well the dangers of contaminants. I'm sure he has some sort of test he can perform to find out what's in here. Alright, but you need to not die of cold first. Yes, this dress is far too thin for what I did. Perhaps not my brightest moments, but, well, I don't regret my actions. Perhaps I could be someone else's shield for once. You sneak a peek at the cup in Jasmine's holding. You're trying not to dissolve her, but no matter how you look at it, it really does seem to be in ordinary water. Well, whatever makes her happy. I'm about to fall. Huh? The cup! Quickly, grab it! I don't like that I have to choose. I don't know what to choose. I want to prioritize Jasmine, but I know she cares about the cup. But I want to grab Jasmine, but she cares about the cup. You reach out and grab the cup, moments away from spilling this precious liquid, but Jasmine is caught at the last second by Grusha. Tell me why it's so important that Dwayne just caught a plastic cup full of water. Grusha! How good to see you. Sorry to interrupt your date. Oh, this? No, it isn't a date. Oh. What's up, man? Were you just in the area? Yeah, a little bit. Going to head out to the seaport to get some training in. Coincidences, we were just coming from there. That would explain why you're both soaking. I'm sure there's some kind of story here, but I've got to be honest. I really don't want to be a part of it. I'm out. That was sudden. That was Grusha. He's a good man, but, well, it's fair to say he has some issues engaging with the world around him. Of course, I can hardly judge. I know what he's been through. He's going through. Should I carry the water the rest of the way? That would be for the best. When I make some progress on my investigation into the fluid, would you like me to let you know? Absolutely. Agent King is on the case. Does it get glasses? Where did you get those? They were at the bottom of the harbor. You probably shouldn't wear those. That sounds like conventional wisdom to me, Miss Unconventional. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for aiding me so many times in this little misadventure. I find you very reliable, you know. It was my pleasure. Good day. Let's do it again, under the drier circumstances. I may need your support again, both physically and emotionally. Alright, before I continue, I want to see what would have happened if I grabbed her. So Grusha catches the cup. And nothing else happens. Okay. But yeah, so I'm grabbing the cup. Grusha saves her. You got it. Why'd I get bond with Nessa? I actually do have a Growlithe. While walking back to your dorm... that's Wally, right? What's he doing in the cafeteria till late at night? You watched Wally for a bit longer, unsure if you should speak up. He seems deep in concentration, scribbling notes in the Ludicolo-themed notepad. Studying. I admire his commitment, but isn't it getting pretty darn late? Shouldn't he be getting back to the dorm soon? Oh, Senpai! Hey, Wally. Sorry, I was just walking past and noticed you were still here. It's pretty late, you know. Yeah, I was just really focused on what was happening here. Sorry. I know I should go back to my dorm. That's fine. I mean, I'm not part of the disciplinary committee. Thanks. And, thanks for pointing out at the time. I think I really would have kept writing till the sun came up if you hadn't walked in here. Nah, I'm sure Chef Katie would have nudged you when the cooks go home. Oh, Katie, the, bug gym leader. Anyway, what were you writing? Something for school? Kinda. It's actually kinda like research, but not for an assignment? You take a peek over Wally's shoulder at the Ludicolo notebook. Right on the the words Mirage Research Number 4. What are you figuring out? I'm just glad it's not that he's stalking May. I thought there was a chance that he liked May and was stalking her or some shit. I'm glad it's genuine research. That makes me happy. Promise you won't laugh? I mean, I can't promise, but I'll do my best. Okay, I think there's a special Pokemon hidden somewhere in the school. Oh? Yeah, I think it's probably a psychic type. Was not matching any descriptions of any Pokemon I've heard of before. Oh, so he knows about Tia. I know it's silly, but I kind of had this crazy idea it might be a mythical? I know, it's ridiculous, but there's even a chance that I could put myself in the right place at the right time to find this mythical Pokemon. I have to try, you know? If I could just find a single mythical Pokemon, that would prove... Well, I'd at least have a pretty good shot at landing that Birch internship. Wow. Okay, that's, yeah, you... Huh. I knew it. You think I'm crazy. Or stupid. No, it's definitely not that. So you think there might actually be a mythical Pokemon in the school? Anything's possible in Pokemon. That's a very uncommittal answer. Sorry, I'm just not really sure I can contribute much to this kind of conversation. You know something. I know you. Okay, well, I don't actually know you mostly, but I think I know about you to be pretty sure of this. You're always so confident. You talk, and even if you don't know exactly what you're talking about, you sound confident enough that I believe it. So if you're just saying nothing here, then that must mean that there's a good reason for you not to tell me. Alright, I'll drop it. I won't look into this anymore. Sorry if I worried you for a moment. No, it's fine. Okay, I realize you just leave this be, but while you're doing exactly what I want you to, but are you sure you want me to drop this that easily? I mean, I didn't even ask you to stop. You don't have to. I can tell this is important, and if I end up hurting someone else by looking into this, I should just stop. I will wonder, but maybe you can tell me one day, if you ever can. Sure, thanks a bunch, man. Anytime, senpai. Sorry, I gotta ask. Why do you think a mythical Pokemon's in this school? Oh, just a bunch of pieces of circumstantial evidence. Nothing concrete. I was hoping to build them up into something bigger, but I was missing something that would tie this last piece of evidence into my theory. What kind of evidence? A few things. Apparently, people in school have felt like the tips of wings brushing the tops of their heads. A few people have mentioned bumping into something invisible for half a second. So yeah, Tia. Oh, and one person reported that some sort of big Pokemon broke into the kitchen and stole a bunch of synthesized Aracuda. I'm thinking that there's probably some sort of big flying-type bird Pokemon that can turn invisible in the school. I'm not sure how to avoid being detected yet. There are a bunch of places only a student can get into. That's why I think it's a psychic type. Maybe some traitorous Pokemon? Maybe someone else knows about this but is hiding it. The one thing that's kind of confusing me just doesn't fit into that idea, though. Yep, that's Tia. What's the last piece of evidence you mentioned? Right, I'm sorry, I feel like it's probably not even worth mentioning, but... some students have been reporting they've been seeing will-o-wisps floating around the school. Huh? I know, it's confusing, right? That means it should be a ghost type, or maybe a fire type. But there aren't many psychic types that know that move. Hold on, what kind of will-o-wisps? I mean, that's a pretty specific thing to call them. Just like big, floaty, glowing balls. Like blue flames, pink flames. I haven't seen them myself. That's not all I expected to hear. Yeah, I have no idea what that could be about. Right? I guess I don't need this anymore, so maybe you should take it. It might also be helpful in finding this mythical. Sure. I'm not sure how useful these notes will be in my finding Tia. I mean, I already know where she is, but I do wonder about these so-called will-o-wisps. Thanks. And, good luck on everything else. You too. Get back to your dorm safely. Oh, Leaf's alive! Leaf, you're here? Yeah, I'm here. We were worried about you. None of us saw you all day. I'm very sorry for depriving you of my presence. No, but for real, where have you been? Looking for Tia, obviously. Honestly, kind of peeves you guys left me to do it by yourselves. You abandoned us, bitch! Wait, you just ditched class all day to look for T-Mats? The dragon? Careful, these walls are thin. And yeah, she flew me across the ocean. Twice? I think that's fair. Leaf, you would rip up your diploma to help a guy who handed you coffee once. Well, we'll see. Anyway, Tia is in the forest. I know, Nate told me. Oh. So, me teaching classes all day was entirely unnecessary, yes. Excuse me for a second. She's gonna go scream, isn't she? I'm not screaming. Okay, I'm cool. That's cool. Glad we're on the same page. 10 out of 10. Anyway, Tia's in the forest. I'm sneaking out tomorrow night to find her. Are you now? Yep, you're welcome to join. You can totally say no. I'll just assume you have no balls. That's toxic. Eat a Petra about it. No, seriously, think about this. If the forest is a dangerous enough place to keep T there for multiple days, what can we even do? Actually, I heard that Sabrina and Will are missing too. I wonder if that's related. They're all Espers, right? I don't know. Would you call a Psychic-type Pokemon an Esper? Maybe an Esper is just a Psychic-type human. Those are the thoughts Lefalot comes up with while screaming in the shower. Lefala? Leaf? It's not screaming, it's singing! Whatever it is, it can wake up a Snorlax. That's it! You! Let's battle! I'll defend my dulcet tones at the tip of a blade! I don't think... Suddenly you hear a couple of voices coming from the closed door. Yellow's bedroom. Please, no! Leave me alone! Please, no! You make me sick! Stop pretending! You're gonna give to me... What? What the fuck is going on? Are they setting up a false rape to have something funny happen? I feel like that's what's about to happen. You make me sick. Stop pretending. You're gonna give me it all. Give me it all? Talk about a double object constructive error. There needs to learn to use indirect objects. That's what you're concerned about? Blue's attacking Yellow. Or worse. No, he's not. Nah, this is just a hilarious misunderstanding. Trust me, I know this stuff. Agreed. I hope you're not misunderstanding me. If you don't give me what I want, I will literally stab you. What the fuck? That does admittedly remove some ambiguity. Someone please help! Cry some more! Only perfectly timed arrival of some heroes could possibly stop a terrible thing from happening to you. Mumble. Okay, let's just go. What was that? I said, tender maiden. You don't sound into it. I'm not! Why don't we just ask them normally? This was your idea! Yeah, but it's your job to tell me why ideas are stupid. Can we just go in now? Pick up the phone, I called it. I still think busting in there would have been safer. You might have a bit of a hero complex. Oh no, I want to be heroic. I want to stop those in need. What a character flaw. Guys, focus up. I'm going to knock on their door. Come in! Whoa, that's pink. Welcome to the... No, I can't do this. No. Come on, Blue, at least give it a chance. What's happening here? Spread out on a short, square table in front of you are pieces of paper, a map depicting some sort of ruined temple, and a few action figures scattered about. Oh, are we planning to save Tia? There's a thick book in the center of the table, and it says in bold emblem font, Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and Dragons. Ah, that works too. Wait, hold the front door. I know this. This is that one board game that they play in that show, right? Don't have all the knights and the dungeons and stuff? It's not a board game. It's existed before the show. But, yes. Oh my god, Blue, you play this? I didn't realize you were a nerd. I do more than just play it. I'm the GM. GM? Game Master. It means I decide what the enemies do. I control a narrative. I roleplay the NPCs and basically I'm the boss. That must be therapeutic. I don't know what you're implying, but you better quit it. What? We are hoping you might want to join and play with us. I'm game. I've seen a few people play on podcasts. Well, not seen, but you know. Yeah, sure. But like the only thing I know about this is I got from sitcoms making fun of the people who play it. So like, you're gonna need to run me through the rules. That's completely fine. We set up simple beginner one-shot for you free to see if you'd like it. If you do, then you can be part of the campaign Blue and I play. No pressure though. I just want you to have fun. First and foremost, this game is a great way to explore your feelings and be someone you've always wanted to be. There's that. It's also a war game. Teaches tactics for any of our classes. Type matchups, positioning, more ranges. All that stuff really matters in this game. Everyone finds something different to like about it. You suddenly realize you're the only one left standing. Well, Dwayne, would you like to play? I really like you to give it a chance. If you don't like it, you don't have to play again. You look at Blue. He seems to be avoiding your line of sight. Sure. That's great. The first step is to make a character. Oh, awesome. I'd like to play this, like sexy femme fatale, who wears a skimpy black dress, uses her feminine charms to get what she wants. So she's playing manga Blue. And by blue, I mean green, because in Japan, blue is the girl and green is the guy. So yeah, she's playing her manga counterparts. Okay, we can definitely do that. Making a character from scratch usually takes quite a while, so we have some pre-made characters for you to choose from. Every single one of these characters is completely optimized. I made them myself. No one can make a better character at that level of that race-class combination. Based on what you said you wanted, I think this one would be best. Yellow hands leave a piece of paper. Okay, she's some kind of devil woman witch? That's pretty cool. But don't you have a picture of her? I'm afraid not. If a group is lucky enough to have an artist in it, then sometimes they'll make character portraits. Most of the time, you just have to imagine what they look like. Ah, I'm terrible at that. I just can't picture faces in my head. That might be Prospag... God damn it! This episode needs to end soon. My nose is fucking throwing a fit. That might be no, I'm not doing this. Huh? It's alright if you don't have that. Just another aspect of you, like being female or being right-handed. People with that can't picture faces in their minds. They also often can't recognize faces. It's uncommon, but not debilitating or anything to worry about. Huh. How'd you know that, sweetie? Medical course? Oh, duh. Also, you can call me sweetie if you want, but I'm older than you. What? Yes, I'm 19. You're only 18, right? Yeah, I am. But what? You're 19? I am, yes. So please respect your elders. They grow up so fast. Ethan, what kind of character do you want to play? Ethan looks hopelessly at you. I mean, I don't really want to double up, but Dwayne and I are going to give the same answer, right? There's only one of each character. You can't double up. Alright, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to be able to do a bit of everything. Blue nods thoughtfully and hands Ethan a character. So he's a bard, right? Alright, here's your character. He's a dwarven twin-blade rogue. He can... Can I play a chick? Yeah, fine. Just cross out the M on the top right and write an F. Score! Dwayne, do you... Oh, wait. Can I play a half-elf? Yes. Oh, can I... Yes, Ethan. You can make whatever changes you want. I made the character perfect for his race, class, and sex. But if you want to change something and be suboptimal, that's fine. Alright, I know what's gonna happen. So he can do anything. And he's about to change a bunch of shit. He is going to change his character into a lesser version of whatever I pick. Whoa, you made the character perfect? And you made him male? What are you trying to say? That male's get a +1 to strength, which will not pass up Twin Blade Rogue's mediocre growth rates. Oh. Yeah, duh. Wait, so what do I get then? You get an additional +1 to your dex. That's optimal for your character. Cool. What about you, Dwayne? What kind of character do you want to play? I want charm or wit. A hard mercenary captain leading the vanguard. So a paladin? They're charismatic leaders that can do a bit of everything, like a Twin Blade Rogue, but better. They have some of the strictest roleplay reactions, though. They swear themselves to an oath, and if they break the tenets of that oath, then they can even lose their powers. Of course, there's a lot of different oaths you can swear yourself to, so you can just pick something you won't have a problem solving. Yes. Your charm increased to 6. Man, I knew you'd pick a paladin. Guess it's a good thing I didn't choose one then. Wait, so what's your character, Blue? The GM doesn't get a character. GM's the entire world. Sometimes GMs will create their own character, but don't do that shit. The GM's job to make the players feel like the heroes, not to try and take out any glory for yourself. How selfless you are still Blue, right? It's not about selflessness. It's about how the game's played. It's literally in the rules. Anyway, the fourth character is Yellows. My character's name is Amarillo de Bosquil Verde. She's a halfling, and she's a cleric, and she has a pet rat she always keeps with her. She's a lot higher level than you guys, but I don't mind being reset to level 1 to play alongside everyone else. I prefer the RP parts of the game anyway. Thanks. RP? Yeah, roleplay. But instead of trying to slay the dragon, you try to lay the dragon. Oh, it's that kind of game. Ethan, please stop confusing Leaf. No. So, like, what are the actual rules? Can I say I become the queen and it happens? The rules are laid out in the rule book. Blue points to a book titled Pokemon Mystery Dungeons & Dragons on the table. But there's a lot of them to remember, so I'll walk you through this one slowly. The most important thing to remember is that in this game, you need to work together to beat challenges. Every party member sends out a Pokemon at the same time, no matter how many you have. You may end up battling 6 on a side versus 6 on the other side, maybe even more. What? That's not realistic. Why? God, is this how long it's gonna be? I thought it was just gonna be you play with them for a while, you gain points. Maybe you gain like a stat to your Pokemon or something. My body is throwing a fit. Most Pokemon Mystery Dungeons & Dragons settings are based around a fictional version of the Heian period, or Middle Ages in Galar. Back then, before Pokeballs existed, a Pokemon trainer wasn't a profession, and there weren't any rules telling how many Pokemon we could use at once. In a serious survival situation, you'll take every advantage you can get, and if that means outnumbering your opponents, well, they'll try to do the same thing to you, so don't feel bad. That's right, so you're wrong, Leaf. It's actually extremely historically accurate and realistic. As long as you ignore the magic. Anyway, you battle with a team of Pokemon you gather across a long period of time playing the game. Let's use the Pokemon you have on hand for this one shot. You probably know enough about them to copy some basic information to your character sheets, right? Sure. You're allowed to use your entire party, but you might not want to switch too often. So to make sure the Pokemon before your party is the one that can stick around for a while. I see you, buddy. Don't worry, I'll use as much as I can. No, the fuck I won't. Nina's up front. Actually, let's use Ralts so we can learn what that Forever All does. There's some stuff you should know, but you'll probably learn best by playing. Everyone ready? Let's dungeon this dragon. Leroy Jenkins! Welcome to the world of Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons. What are you gawking at? This is more in-depth than I expected. Like, wow. You put a lot of effort into this if I thought you would. Pokemon Mystery Dungeons & Dragons is one of the most hardcore military strategy games out there. Let's wait until we get to the grappling rules. Whenever I GM, I tend to go a bit more rules light, but the rules exist for a reason. You're right. Alright. You awaken a musty dungeon. Your head throbs as your breath is visible in the dark air. The mossy stone is that your environs are made of is wet and clinging to the touch of your head is pounding and memory escapes you. Sounds like last night was a good time. Guess we couldn't hold our ye olde ale. The last thing you remember is hearing a woman scream for help. Bereft of other clues, you decide you need to figure out how to get out of here. One map presents out to you immediately. Forward. Of course you have the same Pokemon up front as I do. If I slip, will it show immediately? Yes. Take stock of the environment. 50% of a mysterious flux after an ally's turn. Generosity. 60% chance that mysterious flexes will turn out well. 0% chance it will turn out badly. Advance forward, I guess. Neat. I've never been in a battle with 4 to a side before. Range becomes even more important in that battle, huh? Now you get it. Positioning is everything when you go out on a real battlefield. Superior forces get totally wiped out if they don't have room to maneuver. Yeah, alright, Instructor Surge. Save the war stories. I know you come from the boonies like Dwayne. Hey, what are those other options? The one about surveying your surroundings and checking with your party. They're more mechanics. We'll talk about taking stock of your environment later. But for now, let's tell you about checking on your party. Between battles, you can reorganize your party. Change the order of Pokemon your party members' teams, and check party members' positions. Marching order matters a ton. You want Pokemon that can handle a lot of damage being inside your formation, since they're the ones who will be hit the most often. Tags up front. The pet deeps on the wings. Got it. Yeah, you actually did get it. Huh. $30.35. Actually, what does Choo Choo do? Oh, fuck no. No, Choo Choo, you can stay in the back. Whoa, hold on! Reforces will have their attack increased one stage? What do you mean by that? Exactly what it says in the tin. The Pokemon that show up next will hit harder. Okay, follow-up question. Why? Because I rolled a 7. Look, the longer you stay on the floor, the tougher the opponent gets. If Pokemon start to get tired out, your opponents will get stronger, and it becomes more likely that something bad will happen to you. Dungeons have lots of rewards in them, potentially infinite rewards, but if you wipe out in one, that's it. Game over. It's never worth going too far for one lousy coin. Got it. Here's another question for you. Looks like moves get weaker the more we use them, is that right? Yeah, it's based on the percentage of PP you got left for that move. You try to spam the same move over and over, but if it's your most powerful one, by the time you hit the boss, you'll have nothing left. Bring Evers, Elixirs, whatever if you want to use the same move over and over again. Why don't you use your whole party if you're a cheap ass like Dwayne? Because it's based on percentage, moves of high PP will keep their power for longer, and status moves aren't affected, of course. Many people forget the old reliable moves like Tackle as soon as they get something better, but sometimes Tackle's the best pick. As much as I want to teach my Gibber Heal Pulse, I'm going to be using these things and more things than just D&D, so no. Alright, let's promise the exhibition on the other mechanics. Mistrosity, ferocity, generosity. These two of those aren't real words. It's simple. The higher mistrosity is, the more likely it is that something will happen after an ally's turn. Could be good, could be bad. All that matters is that it's something. So ferocity, is that the chance of a bad thing happening? And generosity is the chance of a good thing happening? And the degree of those affect too. Higher ferocity makes your bads worse. Higher generosity makes your goods better. Thus perishes the Japanese language. Okay, how do we change these values? Mostly you can't. Knocking out opponents increases the dungeon's ferocity, and enduring negative mysterious fluxes increases the dungeon's generosity. So it'll balance out somewhat, but in the long runs, those keep getting worse no matter what you do. Mood. It's not all bad though. When you go to a new floor in the dungeon's ferocity is cut in half, no matter how big it was before. And the dungeon's generosity gets a little bump as well. So the start of every floor should be relatively easier. Mysteriosity though, it goes up constantly, and it will go up faster and faster with every floor. Even though high mysteriosity means you have a greater chance of positive mysterious fluxes, a good situation can become a bad one very fast if you're getting mysterious fluxes every single turn. With all this talk about how we shouldn't dawdle on the floors, I'm getting the idea that you really don't want us to try and grind out for rewards. I mean, I would, but that's because I'm built different. And because you gotta pocket cleric whenever we take a dungeon boss. Wait, you actually gave us Gimme coins? Like, for real? Sure, there are diamond dozen out in the forest. Pretty much anywhere where Pokemon hide out. Don't worry, you don't know that, Dwayne. Are Gimme actually that common? No, but other Pokemon like to raid their chest. Since they can't do anything with the coins, they end up just carrying the coins to random places and leaving them behind. Wait, is this a game or real life? Real life? It's sad. If they didn't want their chest to be raided, they locked them up better. You see a chest, you take what's inside. It's just a rule. Bit harsh. Can you move on from the sobbing over nature? Okay. Let's talk about the stairs and the reinforcements. As you get farther into the dungeon, the chance of finding stairs at the end of the round increases. But you can only find them once you've explored at least 50% of the floor. So the floor has a length of 3, but you can explore at least 2 before the chance of finding them. Exploring takes 1 round of combat, obviously. A clean 6 rounds. If you don't find a stair at the end of a round, then more reinforcements will show up for the enemy. They'll start to fill the other side of the field up with 6 Pokemon at once. Though there's already 6 Pokemon on the opposing sides, then you really suck. The all Pokemon will become reinforced. Does the power of the friendship make them stronger? Sure does. Knocking them up will replace them with one of their reinforcements immediately, and their stats will increase. See the enemy Pokemon gathering enough that they're starting to get reinforcements. You probably just take the stairs. We'll see, it sounds like a challenge to me. How do I know how close I am to ending the floor? Because they mentioned reaching the end of the floor. Alright, that's enough of that. I don't actually think I'm getting anything for the extra fight, so... As you make your way through the dungeon, you encounter a snarling, bug-like beast. Its eyes are milky and unfocused, and large fungi seem to be sprouting from its back. This dread beast seems to be at death's door, but seems to be trying to pick a fight with you. It also has a great many festering brood at its feet. Seems to be strongly reinforced. Most dungeons have a boss at the end. If the boss is blocking your way, you can't make the stairs, even if you can find them. Bosses also tend to come for a lot of reinforcements, meaning even if a lot of type advantage, you can't beat them easily. Hold on, didn't you say that reinforcements buff an enemy's stats too? They comes with like 20 reinforcements, won't have absolutely absurd stats. Not for bosses. They don't get the massive stat boost, just a smaller one. However, the amount of damage you can do to them at one time is capped, based on the number of reinforcements. One-shotting a big boss is lame. You gotta work for that shit. Letting super effective hits on bosses will break away their reinforcements though. It's not much, but it helps a bit. Bosses will also have a bunch of other benefits. They can clean themselves of status conditions, become invulnerable for a while, move twice a turn, and other things. But that's a tutorial. This is a tutorial boss. It's not gonna wipe a bunch of first timers in one shot. Actually, does Ivysaur have any poison type moves? No. Wait, what's this? Ember. Legacy, just to stun it, basically. Aurora Veil to keep us from being statused. And Bite to try to flinch it. Oh, I got points of 2 of my allies? What? Shit, Drampa fainted? Really? No, we're finishing this. What? No. No. Alright, we're done. We got points of everyone but Yellow for some reason. Oh man, that was great. How long have we been playing for? Well, it is 2 a.m., so... Whoa, what? That's crazy. I gotta go to sleep. I'm just that good. When I GM, anyone can lose track of time. Yeah, don't ruin it, sweetheart. Actually had a good time. I don't need you shoving your own foot in that with your big ego. Tuh. What'd you think, Dwayne? It was fun. Huh. We should probably get to sleep. If anyone sleeps in, I'll wake you up, okay? Thanks, sweetie. Good night, all. Good night, you guys. I think that went well. Maybe. I don't know. Wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. You're doing the right thing, Blue. You're making progress. It might be inches and inches, but you're moving forward. You sound like Daisy. I like Daisy. Yeah, I do too. Have you given any more thought to our picnic? Yeah, of course. I said we'd go on one, didn't I? Don't worry about it. Brendan stayed in a good mood. Everybody else dropped. Oh, God. My body, man. All right. Ugh. Ugh. Alright then, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you all. If you enjoyed and feel I deserve it, you can donate to me at buymeacoffee.com/KingD353 or patreon.com/KingD353, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Either way, every donation is appreciated. For as $1 a month, you can support the channel while it's getting food. If you want more control over your nations, you can still donate to me at throne.com/KingD353. Throne involves less around monetary donations, more around physical donations. Rather than giving me the money to buy stuff of my choosing, you can send me the item that you want me to have. Be it a credit for my channel, food my mouth, or something to troll me with. Send me a bomb for complaining about my body kicking my ass while into voice acting. Finally, if you want to spend some time with me, join my personal Discord. Once you're there, we will chat, play video games, share memes, and everything else a great old time. Like, comment, and subscribe so you beautiful people later. Deuces, Kingdom.